Good evening, everyone. We're going to start shortly in next 30 seconds. All right, so welcome everyone for this weekly webinar of Week Ahead Religare Technicals. So we talk about markets, how the market performed during the week, what all the highlights when it comes to the sectoral performance, the top 5 gainers and losers from the Nifty 50 basket, followed by our view on the key indices, both Nifty and the banking index, followed by some of the stock ideas in terms of how they are positioned for the next week, both in positive and negative side. And finally, we end up with a poll, just to get your feedback, whether you like the session or not. And then we can, post to our questions regarding the webinar. Anything related to the webinar means anything that we discussed during the webinar. You can, ask for the elaboration during the Q&A session. And we largely take queries related to the sectors or the broader indices in general, not the stock-specific queries. So, quick disclaimer before we start is that as we've just mentioned that we talk about broader markets largely. We do talk about few stocks also, but it's just to share the insight based on the technical positioning. It's not a buy or sell recommendation. So please check with your financial advisor before making any trade or investment. Now, third successive week of profit taking in the market, both Nifty and Sensex shed nearly 0.5%, and majority of sectors. So though it was a mixed trend, that we have certain names on the positive side as well, but the tone was largely negative for most of the time, especially when it comes to the sectoral performance also, barring the performers of the last week, IT and pharma. They somehow managed to ditch the trend. In the media, since Z has maximum weight, so the extraordinary move that we had yesterday, that's the reason why the media index is up around 7%. But otherwise, it's a very nominal performance on the positive side. Yes, we had Metro also that last week it didn't perform to the expectation, but this week, yes, there was a marginal recovery in the Metro index as well. But on the losing side, Realty was the top loser last week, so it continued that move. Banking financials, that we have discussed. That the underperformance of the banking is somehow hurting the sentiments, and it's going to be the whether we are going to see a reversal in the market or not. So banking and financials, they continue to underperform, plus FMCG also traded under pressure. So consequently, on the stock specific front also, we will see a similar kind of gainers and losers. So one from the auto basket, M&M, wherein we've seen recovery, is the best performing name from the beginning of this recovery or the rebound that we had from 16,800 within the auto space. Then we had Titan also, which rebounded very swiftly in the final sessions. SBI Life, TechM, and LTIM. So two names from the IT basket which couldn't make to the list. Last time also, if you remember, that HCL Tech and TechM was the two names from the IT basket which were the top gainers. On the losing side, we have a couple of names from the FMCG basket: Britannia, National India, then Asian Paints, Bajaj Auto, and Kotak. All from the varied sectors also witnessed pressure and lost in the range of 2.5 to 6%. Now, positioning. especially the key index first, Nifty. So last week we've discussed about that. We are hovering around the short-term average, this yellow line, this faded yellow line. So we somehow managed to hold these levels for most part of the week. But in the final session on Friday, we saw that the pressure in the banking plus select other index measures pushed the index lower below this mark decisively. So levels positionally is going to remain the same, that this line, this horizontal line of 19,300, the previous support area, will continue to act as the immediate support, and then 19,100 is going to be the next area of support. So after this consolidation, nothing much has changed for the index. So barring the Friday's decline, the rest of the session was more of a consolidation tone that Nifty was witnessing. So yes, after Friday's close, there's a possibility that we may retest 19,300 or inch lower. That would largely depend on how the other sector perform, because banking is anyways under pressure. So 19,300, 19,100, that is the lower band that we have, that may continue to act as a support area, and 19,650. So if you remember that we have had multiple attempts around 19,600, 600 plus zone during the week, but we couldn't surpass that hurdle again. So the upper band also remains the same, that in case if we manage to cross 19,650, then only we'll have a further recovery towards 19,850. Otherwise, this 19,300 to 19,650 is going to be the immediate zone for the market. So it's not that bad as of now, because we have just lost 3% from the record highs. We were at around 20,000, now we are at 19,400. So it's just 3% from the record highs when it comes to the index. But yes, volatility is high, and we are seeing mixed trend across sectors, mainly due to the earnings season also. Plus at the same time, we are seeing select outperformance in certain sectors, or underperformance in certain sectors, which is weighing on the sentiments. So as of now, this negative tone may continue, but 19,300, 19,100 is something that we expect Nifty to hold. Now coming to the other sector, the key sector that we were referring to for some sign of recovery. So banking index 44,500 is what we were eyeing last week. We talked about 19,300 being the key pivot for the Nifty and 44,500 for the banking index. So again, for the banking space also, we somehow managed to hold above 19,500 for most part of the week. But in the final session on Friday, it also breached the same. So now this green line that you can see on the screen here is going to be the first level of support. That is the 50 days of exponential moving average on the weekly chart, which comes around 43,850. And then this lower band of this consolidation area, because this was the zone that last time when we saw the consolidation followed by this surge and marginal retracement to this area, and then a new high. So this 43,400 to 43,850 will continue to act as a support area. So comparatively, the structure of banking, as we have discussed last time, also looks weaker. On stock specific front also, when it comes to the private banking majors like ICICI, HDFC, Kotak, Axis, all these are witnessing gradual decline, gradual profit taking, and that is what reflecting in the charts too. But comparatively, the PSU names, some of the PSU's name, they have done pretty well during the week. But still, the top performing names, which were like, the top leaders earlier, like SBI, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, they were under pressure. So banking, since the sector is under pressure, selectively, yes, some of the names are holding well, but largely one should focus on accumulating the quality private banking names instead of shorting, creating any shorts until the view is very short term, or we have very clear stop losses and targets in place. So yes, though we are seeing profit taking, but the move is very grinding in the private banking majors also. So we've talked about the key support areas. Similarly, on the resistance earlier, which was acting as a support 44,500, that zone is going to be the first area of resistance, 44,500, 44,550, and then 45,000 level. And then 45,500 in case if we see very strong recovery. But as of now, 44,500 to 45,000 is going to be the resistance area for the index. Now, talking about stock specific, wherein we are seeing action, and there's a possibility that this action may continue in the next week also. So it's not that all these stocks are trading in tandem with the market trend. The first name on the list, India Cement, strong performance during the week, and it was well supported by volume. So first we had this reversal pattern, which breakout led the sharp rally, then a retracement towards the major averages, wherein we saw the accumulation base formation followed by a very strong surge and the consolidation range breakout also with sharp volumes. So that indicates that this breakout is likely to sustain. So in case if we see some profit taking, in the following session, the stock, there could be a potential of a range bound movement, considering the market tone. So that may provide fresh buying opportunity, those who have missed the chance earlier. Tata Steel as metal was among the best performing name in the sector. And the best part about Tata Steel is that unlike the other metal majors, which are witnessing decent traction, and they are in the forefront of the recovery, like JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, but they are highly volatile also. So Tata Steel, on the other hand, comparatively looks stable, and post this trend reversal, we are seeing gradual recovery. So in a market like this, when the tone looks sideways to negative, it's prudent to stick with less volatile counters and use this corrective phase to accumulate them, so that in the next leg of up move around 125 levels, we can see this 135 to 140, which was the previous swing high also, to be tested in Tata Steel. So apart from India Cement, Tata Steel can also be considered for accumulation. Among the top gainers from the Nifty 50 basket, we had Titan also as a name, and this obvious structure that we have here is that after spending nearly like a year or two during the consolidation phase, while it formed a ascending triangle pattern, there was a marginal retracement in last 1.5 months, which is closer to the upper band of this breakout area. And the last two trading session itself, it has rebounded very strongly, confirming these supports. So we expect, since it has hardly retraced from the record high, that anyways indicates the buoyancy that we have in the stock, plus the existence of multiple supports around 2800, 2820 levels on the weekly chart, the upper band of the ascending triangle pattern, that further adds to the positivity. So it's another stock which one can look for accumulation in the coming week. Lastly on the list, a weak structure too, because it's not that everything is going great. IGL from the gas distribution name. So Gujarat Gas was anyways underperforming the pack. NGL was also witnessing on and off kind of move. IGL so far was holding comparatively stronger. It was trading in a rising channel, as you can see that it's a gradual recovery, but yes, it was a rising channel. But finally, we have a breakdown in that channel. So this may result in deterioration of the trend, and it might continue what MGL and Gujarat Gas is already doing. So there's a possibility that we may see fresh pressure in IGL in the next week. So just to sum it up, our view, both indices, Nifty, banking looks negative based on the Friday's close specifically. And 19,300 and 43,850. These are going to be the key supports, first key supports for the Nifty and banking index respectively. But at the same time, certain structures are still holding strong. So India Cement, Tata Steel, Titan, these are some of the names wherein we are still seeing resilience or buying interest on every day. So one can use this corrective phase to accumulate these strong names, and for the shorting opportunity, IGL can be considered. So yeah, that is all from the presentation part. Now we'll do a quick poll, and then we'll start with the Q&A. So please quickly fill your feedback, and then you can start posting your question using that Q&A tab. Please quickly fill your this feedback form, and then you can start posting your question using that Q&A tab. So anything related to any sector and market in general, we are happy to answer. All right. So let's start with the Q&A now. And okay, so first question from Mr. Ganguly on the right time to buy FMCG firm. So FMCG as a sector, yes, if we exclude a couple of names like Colgate, Marico, most of these stocks are witnessing profit taking. So be it Britannia, HUL, ITC. I still feel that based on the the kind of performance that they had in the recent month, there's a possibility that they might witness further 5 to 8% kind of a decline from the current level. So, but it's more of like stock specific approach that we usually recommend, because at times during the earning season things changes with one of the earning announcement. So majority of the name, though they have announced their numbers so far, but we still feel that stock like HUL still looks weak to us. Then ITC is witnessing normal profit taking. Colgate and Marico, these are the two top structures, strong structure that one can look at in case if you are looking for buying, with a short to medium term approach. So, okay, Mr. Ramalingaswara, I've asked, will IGL go up or down? So IGL you shared as a negative structure. So it's a negative, it's a breakdown that, we've shared on charts. So it looks weak to us. See, no stock specific queries, please, that I've requested in the beginning itself, that let's restrict it to the sectors in general so that it benefits the larger audience. So when we go into the next week, if we have the clear view on which sector we should follow, automatically these stocks ideas will you'll able to grasp. So as of now, just to add to what we have shared, from the global perspective, The one thing which is positive is that we are not seeing any major correction in the global markets yet. So, which is a very positive thing, so far. Because in case if the US market also start witnessing, correction, the pace of decline, which is very gradual so far, may increase, and then there's a possibility that 19,100 or maybe lower is something that Nifty could test. So as of now, apart from the domestic factors, this is something which is helping the index to cap the damage, apart from the recovery in the IT majors and pharma, and somehow it is related to what we are seeing in the US markets. So that is what I've just answered Mr. Ramalinge Swara regarding which sectors that one can look at. So I feel that stick with the names which are showing resilience in the last 2 weeks. So it's IT, it's metal, it's pharma. These are the top 3. Media, like selectively, yes, because Z, Sun TV, they are holding strong. Selectively from the PSU basket also, though the banking is under pressure, the PSU is holding strong. But one needs to be very strict with the stop losses. So Canara Bank, PNB, they are some of the strong structure within the PSU basket that one can look at. All right, so yeah, so next question on the IT sector. So IT has anyways we've shared that it's been outperforming from the last 2 weeks, but indications are still mixed. It's not that it's very outrightly bullish, but HCL Tech from the large cap ID basket that we have discussed on this webinar previously also is among the best structure technically. Means HCL didn't participate much during the corrective phase among the IT bank, IT majors, and now the rebound also we are seeing swift rebound. So IT majors selectively, the mid cap ID name like Birlasoft, Persistent, they are still holding strong, but go slow, because we are when we are trading against the trend, means if the Nifty is inching down, banking is under pressure. A possibility of very strong move usually remains low, means across sectors there could be outperformance here and there, but for a sustained move we need the alignment with the markets. So yes, just to hide, just to be defensive, it's okay to stick with these names. Next question on the cement space. So cement also comparatively okay, and India Cement, like I just shared one name which looked positive to us. Otherwise trend is mixed. Means we have certain names like Ultratech, which is witnessing profit taking, Ramco witnessing profit taking, Dalmia, ACC Ambuja, they are in the middle somewhere. Normal decline that we were seeing, but tone is still positive. Then we have stock like India Cement and there's another name, a small player in this basket. I can't recall that name right now. So there are a couple of names in the cement space which are gaining traction. So amongst all these names, India Cement, from the short-term trading perspective, at least looks more favorable. All right. So yes, with this, we have largely answered all the queries. Others are more of stock-specific queries, which we requested not to post, but it's okay. So next week, same time, we'll connect again. Till then, take care. Thank you.